All right, ladies and gentlemen, traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you guys are tuning in, hit that thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, today's video is brought to you by my very own Discord, where the Illuminati is not confirmed. All right, so be sure to check it out. We now have over 4,500 members, so be sure to take a look if you want to be a part of the community. We do have the live stream throughout the day and the live stream live chat. But if you want to have the chat before the live stream, during the live stream, after the live stream, on the weekend, be sure to check out the Discord. The links are down below. Now, with that being said, guys, remember the risks of trading. Quick disclaimer, remember that trading is risky, trading is hard, trading is not easy, right? Never was, never will be. So when you're approaching the market, if you're not consistently making money, it's good to use small share size or a simulator, right? Paper trading, practice, build experience, become competent, and then after you're consistent, you can increase your risk. That's the recommendation here in the community. Other than that, remember that there are a lot of fake Relentless Trader accounts popping up on all social medias. Be very careful. I will never ask you guys for money. I will never message you first. With that being said, let's jump into the video. Relentless, we are down 459 today. How did it happen? And what can we do better in these slower markets, right? So you guys know, when stocks are moving well, when stocks are uptrending, we're seeing good opportunities and pullbacks are holding up and we're going higher, that I do very well in the markets. But when we have stocks like this that are more sideways and down, I have a hard time, and this has been the case really and truly ever since I started trading. So Relentless, what can we do about it, right? There's been a lot of things over the years that we've worked on and improved on, but now I think it's time we start to study a little bit more these slower moving stocks, downtrending and sideways moving stocks, to see how we can pull profit, because it is possible. Now, I'm not trading pre-market, which is, as we can see here, is where the bulk of the opportunity took place. This is from around 8:32 a.m., but you can see hardly any volume here. I mean, 4,000 shares, 7,000, 17,000. This one a little bit better, 155,000 shares, but it isn't extremely liquid. When we do get the pullback, it's much better in this area here, but we can say the bulk of this move up kind of happened with light volume. So, pre-market can be very good at times, but not always when it comes to liquidity. So, if we are going to trade the open and onwards, we have very limited opportunity, and we have to be very accurate. So, I'm going to have to make some changes over to, let's say improvements, not really changes, but improvements, adding on to the arsenal. We did have another stock. This is TNON. We also had HOWL. Yeah, this was the other one. And this one was a little bit better in terms of range. And so, again, the lows are the key. The lows are the key, and positioning myself properly on the lows, I think, is the way to go to be able to capture more of these opportunities. Being in and sometimes, utilizing limit orders to get proper entries towards these lows and giving the stocks more time to work out. And we can look through the example here, right? We'll go back to the other stock and take a look in a bit. But we start off here, okay, small green candle, and then we start to pull back. On the initial drop down, sometimes it's difficult to tell the bottom. So I think for me, and part of the challenge, I think, for myself is paying attention to one stock, even when things are slow. And it's such a tricky thing because, I started off trading in a market where I was paying attention to stocks that are moving up, right? And so a lot of the times when we might have 3-4 stocks on the watch list, when one of them is sideways or weak, I switch to the other ones to see what's going on. And in doing so, a lot of times I can miss, some small subtleties and key areas, such as this one right here, right? So, okay, we priced in the low, and then, a simple setup like this for a red to green, where the 1 minute candle makes a new high, low 43, high 48. Right here, we make the new high. The risk is down here at the low of the candle. If I'm in there, it's only a 5-cent risk to see, hey, can we get back up, maybe to 50, right? well, rather, where we at 48, let's say 55, 60, right? I prefer to have anything over 1 to 1, preferably 2 to 1, 3 to 1. So if I'm risking 5 cents, can I make 10 cents? Is it possible to make maybe 12 to 15 cents? Would be great, ideal. So in a situation like this, can we get back up to 55, right? Can we get back up to 60? And this thing ended up going from 56 to 59, which is pretty decent, right? So I think, small subtleties like this, if I'm paying attention to one stock, giving it my undivided attention, this thing comes back down, and what does it do? It makes a higher low. Right here is essentially the same trade all over again. And it even gives the 1 minute candle to make the new high again. And from this time, we went from 44 to 55, another 10 cents. Okay, it's not a ton of range. We're not going up 50 cents, a dollar a share. But, if we can be in there, and I think, again, the word position ourselves in the best areas possible, and see what we can get. There were some rules that I had in the past about trading stocks below VWAP, and things like that. But, sometimes you got to take the opportunity where you can find them. And if we're going to do it, we have to give ourselves the best possible odds. Being in on tight stops, and well at the support, and giving these stocks a chance to come back up. And then finally here, it actually did a third time. So we can say this is the first time, right in this area here. We came back down. It's the second time, these two candles up. And then the third time, this thing is going to give another bottoming wick, and it's going to surge up. And this time we're going to really get going as we pushed all the way up to 60 and then 70, all the way up here at the VWAP level. So this was a good breakaway. And from there is where we started to move up the benchmark. We had this trend line here, which was the midpoint of the W here for the ABCD, right? Because there's still a W here, and let's put it up in a different color, right? The W is still here. So if we watch it like this, it's like this stuff is not really difficult, but it's also not easy, right? And so, we started to come back down in areas like this right here. It's like, again, coming across, even right here for a little bit. And I did try some entries here, but, areas like this, in this particular trade here, I'm in 500 shares, small size, looking to scale in to 1500. I'm not using huge size right now, as things are so slow. I decided to go back down moderate size, but still, I'm looking to scale in. The stock ends up holding up fairly high. Didn't get to the amount of shares I wanted to. This thing curls back up, ends up being a small trade, and it starts to pull away aggressively here. Gets up to VWAP, dips, starts to linger, and buyers start to come back in. So I get back in now at a little bit bigger size, expecting a retest. Instead, this thing just flushed down. So that was disappointing, and I don't like to take the dip under a false breakout, but again, some aggressive traders might be watching it here still, and so it did end up holding up. A little bit of an overshoot over this level here, but it ended up holding, and over time curled right back up. So I got to position myself a little bit better, because there is opportunity, but it comes down to where you're getting in, where you're getting out, how much time you're giving the stock to work. It's a bit of a different style of trading, though, compared to like the breakout trades where we're just going up, pulling back, going up, pulling back. Here we're more so sideways, slowly uptrending. Even stock MCRB, well, no, not this one, TNON, which we happen to be down $300 on. This one, a lot of it just, bad fills. I started off a little bit more size because I'm like, hey, it's a $1.35 stock. The spreads are going to be very tight. And they were, but, it was still pretty volatile. Got a few bad fills in this area here. Just could not get anything going. And then we really got hurt on this big red candle here. This is where we really got destroyed. So, red to green, bit of a bear flag, lower lows, and then we ended up basing out and attempting the red to green. So I did try right here. I tried right here on this candle. You can see it didn't quite go. Stopped out flat, and then it went right here. So I kind of missed this red to green And from there, you know, the 3 bar play was looking good, man. It attempted the new high and then boom. I got caught here buying bigger size. Tried it 3 different times, you know, I believe at 40, at 37, and I believe maybe even 35. And this thing flushed all the way down to about 30.29, somewhere there, 29.30. Got blazed. In fact, we can look at this trade. Okay, so right here, let's go back a little bit more. The life of a YouTuber, I tell you. Anyhows, so here we are. We're watching to see if we can get the break of 45 and then the retest of the highs. So right here, I'm watching, I'm waiting. I want to see that push to 50. I'm in. Good volume starts to get in right there too. Take the quick gains, looking to get back in again. Can we hold up? Can we hold up? Can we hold up? Right there, I'm thinking 42 is looking sweet for the bounce back. Doesn't happen. I cut it. Buy 37 for the bounce back over 40. 31. Just like that. Quick losses, man. So, guys, I think that'll do it for the recap. Hit that thumbs up. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Remember to check out those links down below. If you want to be a part of the classes, you can do so. Use coupon code TIM. That will give you guys a sweet discount. Other than that, check out the Discord and everything else we have to offer. It's been RT, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.